All right. What's up? What's happening? Salute to the tribe. Got the shorts feeds up, man. Got a couple clips here, man. Just going through them. I thought they applied for what's going on right now, what we're talking about. You guys hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know how the audio is. No further ado. Make sure the audio is good because sometimes it just keeps, yeah. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. These electronics.
Catfished, or did she catfish somebody?
No, she catfished him. She was talking to the guy with a Nicki Minaj filter, and she was using a Nicki Minaj filter with blonde hair, and the guy it is so
Oh my
insane. And she's apparently 33 years old, and the guy is 18. But I
Hey, if you notice, like, ain't nobody really talking about this. There's a few black women talking about it, so salute to y'all. But you're not seeing black women talking about this in mass, man. If it was a dude doing this, catfishing a young lady at the age of 18, 19, right? Catfishing with like a whole fake whoever women are attracted to right now. You know what I'm saying? Filter on and then going over there and acting a fool in another country. Man, come on. They're almost championing this chick.
I believe they were still happy. I believe they were still happy. Something happened in the end of January, and I'm trying to fill in the
Hey,
blanks
what's
what
going
happened.
on, fam? Salute to the
And
tribe.
yeah, she catfished him. But now that she's here and like her
Back
lovers
on day
left her,
shift.
there's a long line of suitors over here. It's become the Bachelorette over here. Everyone, everyone in the neighborhood wants to get married to her, and she's like, "Nah, man, I don't have time for all of y'all."
Not I need to fly to Pakistan.
Right.
They got husbands over there lined up. Oh,
and she has
All your big ass got to do is go over there. I mean, just go over there. What are you waiting for? Take your big ass over there.
demands. She has demands like now like random our policewomen, the women of our city that are here to defend her. We're doing her hair, we're doing her eyebrows, whatever there is of them, and
yeah.
yeah, and like she demanded now after my hair's done, I need a bonnet for my hair. I've never seen that bonnet in Pakistan, but they got that arranged for her.
So did she get catfished, or
There's a bit much going on with that lady.
Here are the 6 signs of a top tier man. Are y'all ready? Let's get into it, family. Number 1, he's disciplined. And I mean disciplined in all areas. Number 2, secure within himself, without the crutches. Crutches being money, status, or looks. This type of man's security is built on him as a person, not the money and the status. This man still had a rotation. Although he's built an empire for himself, the empire doesn't make him. He made the empire. Number 3, morals, character, and integrity. A man of God, a man who lives by a certain code, a man who holds himself accountable, and who's considerate, a man of his word. Number 4, relentless ambition, a man who's resilient, not afraid of taking risks. He does not let failure stop him. Instead, failures and losses, this type of man uses that as fuel to motivate him to go even harder. Number 5, a humble confidence. Confidence to know exactly who he is and know his worth. Humble enough to know that there's always another level. Coachable, knowing that there's always an area to improve. Number 6, a good leader. A man who leads his own life well, uses wisdom, and demonstrates the capacity and the ability to lead another life well. Here are the 6 signs of a top tier man.
Now,
are y'all ready? Let's
want
get
you
into it,
guys to
family.
understand
Number 1, he's
how it switched from high value to top tier. And when they're speaking about top tier, you don't see nowhere where they're talking about money and assets. Everything she mentioned is everything that you got going on right now as a Sigma wolf. You're out here handling your business, moving in silence. You know, the way that you are confident, a lot of women consider that humble, right? They just do. I mean, they deal with men on a regular basis, so they know when guys are out here peacocking and stuff. So whatever she said is like describing like the type of guys out here that are moving in that Sigma type of energy, man. And again, not one time did she mention money and assets and traveling. They're looking for something different. You know what I mean? Now, you might not like the messenger, but you got to understand these women do a lot of research and they have a demographic of women they represent. So it's not about the individual, it's about who she represents, which is a demographic of women that she is relating to and projecting what they want to hear out to us, man. These women do a lot of research, watching a lot of content, looking over their in the studio, YouTube studio, looking over their demographics and things of that nature. And whatever she's saying is representing what they're looking for. So all this money talk that y'all got going on right now, man, look, not telling you not to get your money right. Of course, get your money right, but that's not what they're looking for. It's not what they're looking for. And again, I know you can be like, well, we're not worried about what they're looking for. Every man is worried about what women are looking for to a certain degree. I mean, we're not out here chasing them, but we still interested in them. We like to see what they up to. You know what I mean? We're still trying to figure out the best ones out of them to pick from. So when they're talking about this and what they're doing is shifting it away from, because, you know, high value was all about money, status. So it's a shift. It's a shift to where the regular guy, the good guy, can have a freaking chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have a chance. It's not about, oh, you got to be a millionaire. That stuff's going out the door, man. Because those millionaire dudes are not out here running around trying to pick up some, what was that, Julia Roberts movie, right? It ain't happening like that, man. It ain't happening like that. I don't care what person gets online talking, I'm a millionaire and I'm looking for a streetwalker. Yeah. For the night, you know? So I'm telling you, it's shifting over. They know that, listen, they want the guys with money, but these women are listening to what we're saying about you got to get in on a guy before he gets to the top. So they're looking for those guys that have that potential, because I don't care what anyone's saying, unless you're super talented, got lucky, most guys aren't getting to their pocket of wealth to about their 50s, right? So these women are looking, they're figuring it out, like, okay, about this late 30s age range, and then they're kind of like watching to see who's that endless potential and all that kind of stuff. They're watching to see how hard are you going at it. What does your work ethic look like? This is what they're looking for, because what they do is they look at the greats and they look at what the greats did and what they say, and same thing that I do, because I'm trying to make sure I'm the best I can be. And the greats always say stuff like Kobe, man, I just work harder than everybody else, man. Like, I just, you know, I look at what I used to do and I evaluate it and I make the corrections, and I'm always trying to improve. Like, I was watching one video where Kobe was talking about, he was like, you gotta be impatient to get the patience. He was like, you got to be impatient. He's like, you know, you have to want to be the best, and you're trying to get to the best as soon as you possibly can. And he said, while you're going through that process, that's how you learn patience. But in order to accelerate and get there the quickest, you have to be on it like that. And that's how I move every day, you know. And women, they're kind of like figuring this out, you know. And I'm not going to lie, if a woman jumped in while I'm building, I'm telling you, I'm gonna definitely look at her differently than any woman once I get where I'm going. You know, just like with my ex-wife, like, the only reason why I married her, she came in when I needed help learning how to change my son's diapers and stuff. And I remembered all that stuff, regardless of all the issues we had. Whenever, you know, I knew, hey, one puts in about 6-7 years with you, you know, go ahead and make an honest woman out of it. And it didn't work out or whatever, but a lot of things changed. You know, women want security. They think a regular job is security. Women can't see your vision from the dirt. So if you ain't got a real good woman that's down with you, then she's going to bounce, because there's dudes hitting her up all the time with social media being the way it is. And if she ain't got that focus and she's not listening to everybody else, she's going to roll out. But like, women are noticing now, like, okay, we got to see a guy that's not only having potential, but putting in that work to get towards his potential. And they're just finding a way to classify it. And nowhere in there is it talking high value. Oh, you got to have this. Of course, if a man is working towards something, he's going to eventually get there, but you got to get in before he gets there. You cannot wait at the finish line. That's what's going on here, man.
He's disciplined. And I mean disciplined in all areas.
Absolutely.
Number 2, secure within himself, without the crutches. Crutches being money, status, or looks. This type of man's security is built on him as a person, without the money and the status. This man still had a rotation. Although he's built an...
Yeah, man.
Repeat the question.
The pretty ones are out there kind of like flapping in the wind. They're never going to humble themselves. But, you know, regardless, all of them are having to see like, man, I gotta put in on this. I gotta reach out, make contact, you know what I mean? Because these dudes, we're not playing around like, you know what I'm saying, previous generations, getting to the bag and then grabbing some floozy that looks good and she just doing whatever, and the next thing you know it, she divorced. No. You got to be a good woman, willing to work with us. We can see you working with us. We know you're going to be, you know, someone that's going to stick around to see what comes of whatever the work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not like that, you got to just keep it trucking, man.
You just had and your answer to it?
Yes.
I don't care.
You don't notice how times are right now?
No.
Dudes think they can approach you nowadays with money, flashy jewelry.
That's what works.
It depends on what type of woman you're going after. And if you're going after that woman, guess what?
Facts.
That flame and that all the good thing is done. You ain't gonna get that same woman.
I hear you, but there's multiple like gentlemen out there that, you know, approach women with the, oh, hey, how you doing? You can't get another sentence after that.
Didn't your friend have an instance where he approached a woman respectfully?
And she said, and then he was like, oh, I'm just trying to tell you that I find you attractive.
Hey, what's going on, fam?
What's going on? Tell me I'm attractive. Is what she replied to him. It's hard for men to give women compliments nowadays.
No, you're right about that.
You can't have a second sentence.
Dudes think they can approach you nowadays with money, flashy jewelry.
That's what works.
It depends on what type of woman you're going after. And if you're going after...
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Made men want... Don't get to asking me why I'm back at the surgery center. Shit, I got my moose knuckle goddamn lipo on. I got tired of y'all talking about it look like I was packing. Goddamn, I was packing a full-loaded cat. Don't get to ask...
What's going on nowadays, man? They have... So when y'all lose weight, you can't get rid of that fat around the cooch. See these comments say. Corny cunt. Oh man, they're going after. Oh man, they're being savage on here, talking about her teeth. Oh Lord, come on, y'all.
My first year, I made $1 million.
If she matches with you, and then you see some shit like hun, sweetie, love, any nicknames, period. That's it. We're done. Either they're attention whoring or they're just not serious about anything. If she matches with you, and
he ain't lying.
You keep trying to virtue signal that you're smart, and I get it. Okay,
no,
cool.
I'm
You're very smart. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just trying to point out.
I'm saying if you're so smart, you should be able to answer simple questions.
You are asking complex questions, and you're not recognizing that they are complex.
Masterclass in dodging the question while also giving herself enough time to think about how she's going to respond to it. That's all she's doing. All that babbling nonsense. You're asking complex questions, and you're expecting a simple answer. Shut your goofy ass up. You're stalling for time and trying to seem articulate and smart while you're doing it. You're stalling for time. You're not quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? She asked you something that you wasn't ready for, and now you're stalling for time. I'm glad that when people put people on the spot like this and don't let them just like babble their way through it to try to make themselves seem smart, answer the question directly. You know what I'm saying? If you're so smart and someone's asking you a simple question, then answer it directly. You know what I mean?
Complex. I am simply pointing out to you that you are taking part in a complex discussion and desiring it to have a simple answer.
Who is more abusive towards kids and the elderly? You keep trying.
According to the stats, women.
Hey, so you...
Yo, man. I wouldn't know.
Women go, no, come on, that's whatever. I like an honest man. Trust me, you don't. An honest man is called an asshole. But we have to say stuff like, oh, honey, come on. I don't think those women are attractive. Ugh. No, you're magically and unscientifically the only human I'm attracted to. Look at them over there with their boobs and butts. Ugh. We say things like, of course, honey. Why wouldn't I want to spend my only day off at a pumpkin patch? That doesn't sound stupid at all.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but during the week, you know, do whatever we got to do. But on the weekends, man, I'll be trying to chill, man. Chicks want to do stuff, man. I want to just chill, man. It's good being single.
What's that? It costs money? Terrific. Let me grab my jacket. An honest guy would go, what's that, pumpkin patch? Go f yourself. I'm not doing that. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Where do you come up with all this stupid shit? I don't understand. You're like really good at coming up with dumb shit we should do. Do you have a website you go to for dumb shit? Like, how do you find so much dumb shit for us to do? Like, women go, no, come on, that's whatever. I like an honest man. Trust me, you don't.
Y'all know it's true, man. Y'all know it's true. You married dudes watching right now want to chill on your weekend, and your married wife, you know what I mean, is over there coming up with stuff during the week that she didn't tell you about to drop on you on the weekend, just so you wouldn't have nothing to say about it to talk her out of it during the week.
A lady that's a psychologist tried to really argue with me because I said that depression is a decision. She said that's a dangerous message.
Keeping it real.
People. I said, ma'am, your message is dangerous because you're telling people to get on drugs. These people, most of these people just had bad days, got fired, wife left them, whatever. There's a reason that happened. Figure out that reason and fix it. You ain't got time to be depressed. But she tried to say, you're dangerous. I'm like, wow. This is a person who she teaches psychology or some shit. She said, I'm not qualified to speak on these things. I said, actually, you're not qualified. You've been at this school for 6-7 years, and then you graduate and you work there.
Yeah.
You are being paid to teach what you've been taught. Where's your life experiences? People like her feel like they have the authority and the right to speak on certain things and others don't. But you don't. You're programmed with some information, and science is not even exact. A real scientist wants to be proven wrong so he can advance his field of study. They're not arrogant with information. A lady that's a psychologist tried to really argue with me because
and that's the problem. These people use their credentials as a class system, and that's why a lot of people don't give a crap no more about you talking about where you got your degree from, your paper and all that. Don't care, because you're not using it for what it's supposed to be, you know, to certify you as a professional. You know, you're using it as a class system. Just like when, you know, you see a lot of black women throw it in everybody's face. I got this degree and it's a class system type of move. It's them trying to put themselves above you in some type of way. And, you know, she's speaking of, her profession is in mental health and his profession is in physical health. Why in the world would he not have the ability to speak on things? Right? That'd be like him saying that she has no right in any kind of way to speak on anything physical or athletic because her profession is in psychology or whatever it is. He said, no, like, we're not doing that no more, man. You pricks out there that went and got your degree to feel like you're above someone else, you can shove it up your ass, man. What you doing with it? Like he said, you go to the school and learn some indoctrination and then regurgitate it. What are you coming up with new? Huh? Not doing nothing new. Not, you know, again, I'm not talking about like lawyers, doctors, things of that nature, like people that we need, you know, that do those things, that learn specific things, but also a lot of doctors and stuff, while they're doing what they've learned, they come up with something new. You know what I mean? So because when you're going and doing surgeries, I guess, on someone's brain, it's not always going to be the same. But like, you people that just go out there and use it as a class system, it's not working no more. And people have ways to articulate that to you now. So when you start throwing out, you don't qualify to hey, listen, hey, watch your mouth. Hey, watch your mouth. You know, you don't let the society make you a little bit too comfortable. You know what I mean? Got to bring some shame back and a little bit of bullying. Okay. I mean, sit over here running your mouth and, you know what I'm saying, writing checks your ass can't cash. And I'm not talking about him with that woman or whatever. But again, you don't need to be telling someone what they are not qualified and qualified to say, right? Just because you've gone somewhere, put some time into it, and you think that you can speak on whatever and say whatever no one else can. Absolutely not. That's not how the world works. Not at all. But y'all keep doing whatever you feel like you got to. You know what I'm saying? I know you're doing it to make yourselves feel better. You know what I mean? That's also something that somebody would go to when they are losing the argument. Well, I mean, this is complicated. You know, you really don't understand because shut up, man. That's a weak argument, man. It really is.
How about this? What's your body count? None of your business. What's your body count?
Thank you.
Oh,
Why don't you want to tell me your body count?
Because it's none of your business.
But why is it none of my business?
Because I already begin to understand.
Use your critical thinking skills. Peel the layer back. Why is it none of my business?
It's none of your business because you're just going to use that to judge me.
Perfect. Why am I going to judge you? Damn.
Ooh.
Because of what you just explained to her.
Let me answer it for you. Because your body count directly ties to your value as a female. The more sexual partners you have, the lower your value, the less ability for you to garner a higher status man. The more partners I have, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. No one gives a fuck about my body count. I can have 1,000 on my wedding night. No one cares. You got 1,000 on your wedding night, you're going to get a divorce.
Yep.
So I find it interesting how you'll sit there and say, oh, it's the same. And then she also disagrees like, oh, yeah, no, body count doesn't matter. Being promiscuous doesn't matter. Then I ask you and you don't want to say it. But you know, biologically speaking, your chances of finding a man go down the higher body count.
Yep.
But you see men wife up women who are considered HOESs all the time.
And they break up.
So maybe it really doesn't matter.
And they usually break up.
Yeah, it doesn't work out. Like, you want to use like the Offset example? That was a career move. How about this? What's your body count?
None of your business.
Yeah, and again, if it doesn't matter to y'all, why do y'all go through so many extremes to lie about it? Hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first phase that you should know that you have too many bodies is that you have to go outside of your town to find somebody. Like, you don't want to have people around your area knowing that, you know, you don't had a few dudes already. You got to go outside your town, you know what I mean? Get online and find somebody that don't know your background. People from the town know who you are, but you got to get online and find somebody or go outside your state or your city and they have no idea nothing about you, right? That's like a first line indicator that you've been doing too much. As a woman, that's like, you got a reputation already. You got to go outside the town. And y'all do it so much, y'all don't even think about it like that.
Black women are not bosses. I'm sick of the narrative that black women are strong, independent. I didn't say strong, independent. Well, we're not. A man does not want a woman who says she's a boss.
Insecure men don't want a
no
boss.
Man. They respect you as your singer and they're pandering because
it doesn't matter whether she considers a guy insecure or not. If she doesn't have a man or she don't have the kind of man that she wants, then whatever she's doing is not attractive to that type. However she needs to say it to herself to make herself feel better, it doesn't matter. Not gonna gaslight me. I don't care what you think.
of your talent, but are they taking you home and saying that's my wife?
Somehow
there's a difference.
Somehow that's a
between your art and being a wife, because the Bible, you talked about being a Christian, but it says the older women need to teach the younger women, and younger women need to listen, be submissive. But you know how many young women are not submissive to what men say? But you say you're a Christian woman. You can't be a Christian woman and buck against what men are saying. That is anti-biblical, it's anti-God, and it makes you the great whore of Babylon.
Jezebel.
I'm going to be honest.
But don't claim Christianity if you're not willing to submit to when men are telling you. A lot of women are Christian feminists. You claim Christianity when it works in your favor, but you put down men and say, you're rebellious, you are antichrist, and you are the Jezebel. Black women are not.
There it is. You are the Jezebel. Okay. Whenever you watch a man speaking and it just irritates you to your core, he ain't done nothing to you, and he's not, classified as a bad guy, he's paying his taxes and taking care of his kids, you're a Jezebel. You're Jezebel. Everything about a man who's the image of God bothers you. Devil's in you deep. You're Jezebel. That's why I don't entertain you demons. I see Satan on you. You know what I mean? Like, you arguing with me for? You find me attractive, but you don't like what I'm saying. You're a Jezebel. You know what I mean? God is bringing you to me because you find me attractive. But when I speak from God, it's like, it burns. Yeah, Jezzy.
I read a quote that said, never make the mistake of thinking that the person who is at peace is unskilled at war. And I never felt anything more deeply in my soul. Listen, y'all got to stop thinking.
She was cooking,
simply
man.
Because someone chooses their peace over conflict means that they are doing so because they are afraid. No, actually, more time than not, a person who is slow to enter into conflict, they ain't doing that to protect themselves. They're doing it to protect you, meaning they know that once they go there, there's no bringing them back. And so they are much slower to anger and much slower to take action on that anger because they know Once it is, it's lights out. They see red, blank out. And then that same person who you thought was not skilled at war, that same person that you thought could be walked over, pushed over, moved around with ease, you made the mistake. And now you've seen a whole completely different side of them. And if 2025 ain't showing y'all nothing else, it should show y'all that people ain't playing no more. So my advice is that don't think that the silent person is not skilled at war. They are trying to save you, not themselves. And I read a quote that said, I'm
going to tell you something else, man. The way I move, you know what I mean? I'm trying to bait you in. I want all you, content creators or whatever to think that I'm weak. I'm baiting you in just to see who's going to take the bait. You think I'm quiet? Oh, you think I'm weak? Oh, you think you can just steal from me? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I do this, man. I'm not like 50 Cent petty, right? I just realized how petty he is. I'm not on that level, but I'm petty enough. I'm petty enough. And the difference between me and most people online is, like, I'm not on here putting a mask on trying to present this perfect image to you guys, and then behind closed doors going off on all these different other content creators, getting irritated, having a horrible marriage or relationship. Nah, I'm at peace, man. I just get on here, say what I have to say, give great thought outside of this, and I move on. Have a complete life outside of the internet, and it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's great. But the lesson I think from people that took what I have going on for granted, people like me, mind your business. And don't think just because someone is smiling and happy online and their happiness triggers your demons that you can do something about it. You can't do nothing. You ain't changed nothing in the past 2 years that you've been trying to gaslight and say what you have to say inconspicuously through your goofy ass videos. You ain't changed nothing. What you have done is motivate me beyond belief, beyond your lifetimes. Okay? I have endless supply of motivation, man, and I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. But you think just because I move in a calm way and I'm methodical? No. I am a raging fire. I just stay calm about it, because if I was you people be too scared to even do anything, and I never know who my enemies are. I don't want that. I want you to think I'm weak. I want you to think I'm timid. You bring your goofy asses around trying to be slick, think I'm dumb, and say little slick stuff. I want you to, that way I can pinpoint each and every one of you goofies out. So if you try to come around later on smiling in my face, like, get the fuck out my face. Play with me. Y'all like playing in people's faces, this generation of people. I'm not one of them people to be playing in my face. Your internet done gave y'all a lot of motherfucking balls, right? Because you can do what you want. You can hide behind your phone and the camera. Nah, we ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that no more. Come over here playing with me.
Can you believe that trolls are laughing at this successful woman for being a single mom? This is Ebony K. Williams, the former star of The Real Housewives of New York. She's an attorney,
This is their queen. Hey, when you black dudes get online talking about community with your goofy ass selves, y'all are so goofy. Ain't no community, dummy. You know what I'm saying? You build your community. When this is what they champion. This goofy loser right here who had every opportunity to get whatever man she wanted, and because the Caucasian men didn't want her goofy ass, she decided to volunteer and become a single mother, wrecking that child's life. And then you have these leftovers, because just to say that she's probably a single mother, or she's over the hill, hitting the wall, or that she's old, isn't enough, because it's all those things combined. You know what I'm saying? It's always these unattractive females, and we got to stop allowing them to even voice their opinions. We know why you're really upset. Look in the mirror. So you're going to find a way to make it seem like it's not nothing other than that. Look in the mirror, man. You wake up, look in the mirror, mad at the world, and then you find a way to project it outwardly.
selling author and a television personality. But none of that seems to matter to men who think she's a joke because she's a single mom. To be fair, Ebony did ruffle some feathers when she was interviewed by Iyanla Vanzant, and she was sharing how difficult it is for a successful woman to find her match.
Feel that the men that are available to us, they're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Lady, that's y'all's opinion, man. And y'all are the least married. This woman had the ability to break that statistic, and she chose otherwise. And you're trying to champion it. This is why you look stupid everywhere you go. This is why her Brad got the hell away from her, man. He ain't got time to be going off of hoping to wish he's going to be different. He probably is watching her, the way she was moving, and looked at how other black women are moving and realized, I got to get the hell up out of here. You know, I'm going to tell you something. As good as y'all and great as y'all think y'all are, if y'all are not continuously trying to bask in your femininity, the coochie gets old. It gets old. Oh, wow, man, listen, let me tell you something. I could be with you for 10 years. Minute you start acting up, thinking you can, I'm going to walk away. I done got the box. I done got every hole. I don't care. I'm going to be real with you. Y'all keep thinking, you think it's your personalities, the same personalities that y'all can't get along with each other that keeps us around? Nah, man, we want some of that good, sweet, wet. That's what we want. We want to see them buns from behind waving as we hit them cheeks, right? We want to pull on that hair. We want to hear that soft voice. Tiny feet with the arch. Oh. Other than that, nothing. Confuse yourselves with this, y'all. I'm serious, man. Stop doing this. Listen, this is what the communities are. It's a community of black men, and then it's a community of the rest. You don't like it? All well. What's the rest? Well, what do black women like to cozy up next to? What group they like to slide up next to when they need somebody, you know what I mean, to be in alignment with, but use that same group as a derogatory term against straight men? Nah, listen, there's black men, right? You know what I mean? The ones that everyone wants to be like, the inspiration to the world, the black men, and then there's the rest of them. That's the communities, right? Two of them. Stop piling us together. Okay? You have very few options in marriage. We're wanted globally. To say that you have very few options and you're the least wanted is crazy talk. And you're a lawyer. So it don't matter your degree, you know what I'm saying? The indoctrination and the insanity, and you're not really indoctrinated. You know you're goofies. You're just taking advantage of a system that works in your favor, and you ain't never got to be held accountable for any goofiness that you do. If black men were out here getting women pregnant, having a bunch of women out of wedlock, all of us was doing it, and then other black men were championing it, never hear the end of it, man. We're still being held accountable for deadbeat pookies that y'all pick, and then y'all decide to call those pookies black men. You pick those losers that you had kids with. You don't get to call them black men. We didn't say that those was real niggas. You picked them goofy ass lames. Then you get to say, oh, the ones you picked are black men and we got limited options. You're not good at picking black men. I don't say black women this, white women that. I call them leftovers for a reason. Okay? Everybody got their own name for females. That's the name I use. And a female ain't a woman, and every woman ain't a lady. So if I can make those distinctions, I don't know why y'all get to just say black men. You want to know why you get to say black men? Because if you were to say that they're pookies, leftover, goofy ass, lame ass, dusty dudes, then that goes to show that you don't know how to pick good men and you only qualify for them lame, goofy, dusty dudes. So you get to just say all black men so we can make it. No. You never qualified for a man like me. Let's talk about it. You never qualified, and a lot of you disqualify yourselves because you look at somebody like me and be like, yeah, he the kind of guy that would, what? That would never pick your goofy ass. That you know that you don't qualify for. Say whatever you need to make yourself feel better. But that's what it is. That's what it is. You know you ain't got it in you to be with the level of man that I am, to keep up with me. to want to grow with me, to listen to what I have to say to you without having something goofy to say back because your single mother decided to tell you that every time a man says something, you got to counter it. Get the hell out my face. What I need for you to tell me about myself for? When I ever tell you I made you God in my life? Never. Now get your broke down, beat down, dusty ass on somewhere. You got it all together and you can question me, but you don't seem to have nothing going on for yourself. I don't see a husband and kids in wedlock. You happily at your house and not online all the time, feeding your addictions. Let's talk about it. Get online and run your mouths. I'm married and I'm in a long-term relationship. And, you know, I got my businesses. You know, all these guys out here. We ain't gonna talk about y'all's addiction to social media, are we? They're never going to talk about it online because it don't work for them, you know? You're addicted to social media. You always have been addicted to TV. You've always been addicted to celebrities. But now your addiction is leaked into social media where now you can just observe and study and obsess over regular men and then get online and voice your opinions about it. So now they indoctrinated your goofy asses to be obsessed with wanting to consume media and your TV show. But now social media is your TV shows. You goofy freaks are out here studying men daily, putting us in different categories. Don't know us from a hole in the wall, going off the little bit of information we're putting online. You don't know us, man. You don't know us. Put yourself in this echo chamber with these algorithms that run themselves to keep feeding you toxic propaganda. And then here we are. Here we are. Goofies that think that they qualify for men that they really don't qualify for, but are told that you qualify for all those Negroes because they're all underneath you. Man, y'all are so weird. Y'all are so weird. Can't listen to you because whenever you go and get your degrees and things of that nature, and we warn you about being a single mother, you know, you say, oh, no, we ain't gonna do it. Oh, no, I'm gonna find love of my life. And you turn around and become a single mother. And then you have excuses for that. It's somebody else's fault for that. I have a lack of options, so I had to become a single mother. Leftovers, man. Perpetuating the cycle. Trash. Low lives.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus, that's a problem.
Facts.
That's a problem.
After Ebony admitted that she wouldn't date a bus driver, there was so much chaos, but Ebony didn't care. The very next year, she took herself.
That's something that men don't really do too often either, right? Like I let you guys know that my ex is a narcissist, but I don't tell y'all all the like ins and outs to the triflingness that she had going on because she's still a representation of me at some point in time in my life. And men, we're aware of that. These females get on here and talk about these dudes that they laid with. That they not only laid with, made a baby with, and part of laying with them is sucking their dick. They're out here talking about these dudes that they suck this dude's pee hole, and then they online, you still suck this pee hole. You a nasty ass little mother. Why are you talking to us about this? You nasty. You should never get online talking bad about your exes like that. Saying that they somewhat narcissistic, but they be like, they dusty, they don't be watching that. They don't. That's the dude that you was with. Some of y'all made babies with them. What does that say about you? More than likely your coochie stink. You ain't washing your ass either. Come on, man.
Up to the fertility clinic and got herself pregnant. She had previously frozen some of her embryos, so she got a sperm donor. And by the age of 41, she gave birth to her first child, a daughter named Liberty. Her choice to build her own family made certain men angry, with one even creating a meme saying, in her mind, this picture beats a family picture with a bus driver for a husband.
Now, also, mind you that them talking about people trolling her, women troll dudes all day long, man. Like, so what? This is just making up. This is babbling nonsense. The whole thing is babbling, okay? Because who cares what some trolling dude said? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, these women want to be able to do whatever they want to do and no one say nothing to them. Meanwhile, they got everything to say about everybody else. They're above reproach. Never seen it. Never seen a group like this before.
Husband. He went on to write, this is a better option for the child than having an actual husband or father in her life. Instead, she has a dog in the picture. These modern women is not only toxic to society, but it's toxic to their children. That baby deserves to have a father, not an NDA and questions. That dude is obviously bitter that she can do everything she wants with her life without having to get a man.
He's not bitter. He don't even know her. He never laid with her. She never sucked his dick. He ain't bitter, man. Right? He should be minding his business and not letting y'all know what the deal is, but he is absolutely right. Wasting his time letting a certain group know something that they ain't gonna do nothing but make themselves a victim even more with it. I wouldn't. I'm not giving you a reason to make yourself even more of a victim. That's all you're looking for. Somebody else to blame. But he's right about it. But saying all this other goofy stuff, why do y'all feel like y'all the main character in everybody else's story? Like, oh, y'all mad because you can't get us. And what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I guess we're mad and all other demographics of men are mad as well because you're the least married. But that's because all other demographics of men, including black men, don't know what we're missing out on. Oh, okay. Okay. So everyone's wrong, but you. Oh, okay. Okay.
And involved. Does not having a male present for now guarantee that this child won't be successful? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierica with the T. Follow for more. Can you believe that
80% overweight, 99.99999 180% attitude, and still wondering why no one wants to deal with them? Got to be more careful.
We were in action, and she said in my ear, "Go deeper. Stay with me now."
Oh Lord.
If you're a woman who's accused a man of doing something to you, and then all of a sudden you got caught and you were lying about everything, you should serve all the time that he was going to have to serve. If you're a woman who's accused a man of doing something to you, and then all of a sudden you got caught and you were lying about everything, you should serve all the time that he was going to have to serve.
Fact.
If you're a woman who's accused a man of doing something to you,
I agree. I'm so tired of glorifying these weird ass females need to have this. The goal is to have a family, but they don't want to do it the traditional way that God wants it. They want to go against God. They want to have baby daddies. They want to be running stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell them nothing. They want to play God. Y'all better get passports.
What
man.
do you think men look for in a woman as well then?
They're mothers. They look for a mother.
Nah, they're not looking for a mother, yo.
Yes, they are. They're looking for someone that can nurture them, cook and clean for someone that's like their mother that they want to as well. Yeah.
That's a mad statement.
Yeah. You don't need to dig Freud up to figure it out, man.
So you think most guys out there want a woman like their mother then?
100%. Yeah. And that's why men that have got bad relationships with their mothers pick bad women.
What do you think men look for in a woman as well?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've had a couple of bad relationships, and my mother is a saint. I have no problems, never had no problems with my mom. So this babbling nonsense, which is regurgitated propaganda that they've heard online, is very dangerous, right? It's very dangerous. He wasn't really asking any 2-tier, 3-tier type questions because the surface level stuff, she's able to regurgitate it without even blinking. But if he started asking her more in depth as to why she thinks that way, it would all fall apart because there's no thought behind it. It's just regurgitated, babbling nonsense that she has picked up to make herself feel better for not having a man. And it's everybody else's fault but her own. So all this other crazy talk.
They're mothers. They look for a mother.
She's too old to be talking like this. And I don't even care if she's in her late 20s. You're too old to be talking like this.
Nah, they're not looking for a mother, yo.
Yes, they are. They're looking for someone that can nurture them, cook and clean for someone that's like their mother that they want to.
You don't have any other job. What if you're not cooking and cleaning? What do you think a man wants you to do besides, crack it open for him? What would you do outside of whatever he needs for you to do? What would you do? The more you do it's not about being a mother. The more you do to take the day-to-day burdens off a man who has a vision and is working towards it and can put more energy into what he's working towards, you know what I'm saying, and his creativity, then it's going to be more beneficial to the entire family. What do you want to pursue some goofy shit while he's pursuing some shit? And then that's called competing with a man. Penis envy. You want to be a man, right? What do you think your role is? They want to have the role of a man. They want you to take some submissive role to the side while they menstrual during, you know what I'm saying, a decent portion of the month and can't control their emotions and barely can handle the cramping that happens to their body. You know, while you're built to be the vessel that can just endure. But they just want to, see, this is what happens when the Jezebel just gets out of control. The Jezebel wants to take your power from you, man. And using, you know, the gift that God gave them, the tongue, right? They try to talk you out of your power and talk this nonsense into your head that they don't even believe. It's really sadistic, man. It's a spirit on them. It's a spirit on them. It's deeper than just, you know, they're in trauma. No, there's a spirit on these goofies.
As well, like,
I believe
Straight
that
trash.
any mother who willfully spends time as a single mother and is not breaking her neck to bring a man into that household
absolutely
is doing her child a disservice and herself a disservice.
I
And
suppose.
the data indicates that kids who grow up without fathers are more likely to end up with mental illness. They're more likely to end up involved in criminality. They're more likely not to have educational attainment. It's like every metric you look at that does good things for kids are bad when you don't have a father. They're more likely to be on drugs. It takes two parents to make a kid. So why are we being dishonest and acting like it's all good to be a single mother? That's not an ideal state. So I'm not saying
It's not, but it's not an impossible state either, because I've been doing it. So.
Lady, when he says ideal, he never said impossible. Okay? Again, you're hearing what you want to hear and you're not listening. This is disgusting. You can't have conversations with people that are just waiting to respond. You know, they're just waiting to just give a response out. They're not listening. They're not listening. It's not what he said. He said ideal. You know, your one-off scenarios or whatever. And what did she say? Is that her boobs out? I thought her knees were up. What?
Right. And all I'm saying is, like, yes, you could get from here to LA on a Greyhound bus. You're gonna make it. Wouldn't it be nicer to just take a private car? You heard me? And that's all we're saying. It's like, yeah, your kid is valuable enough that you should give them the best opportunity. And that's not the best opportunity. That's all I'm saying. I believe that.
Yeah, he was ready for that. He was ready for that dumbass response. Cooked her, man. As you call playing chess. You know what I mean? You put out that you frame the conversation. You pretty much can expect what one of these goofies are going to say. And then you're pushing them into place and then you checkmating them, man.
One of the most difficult things that I deal with out here is trying to teach our people the difference between an actual fact and an opinion. Our people think that they can accept or reject truth based on how they feel about it. Your feelings don't change the truth. The truth is just going to be there. You can feel any kind of way you want to feel about it. Those kind of emotions have kept us from growing.
And this woman's on it like way early, man. You know, I say stuff like this all the time. I don't even watch this woman, you know, but that's exactly what it is, right? When you hear, you know, modern people talking, not just black people, it's always, well, I feel and I think. Because I listen to what people say, man. I'm not like trying to just hear the babbling that they're about to say, that they're regurgitating. I look at how they frame their sentences and the words they choose to use. And when people start talking and they have to go in their long spiel, you know, they're going to really tell you their thinking process. And I like to rely on stats, facts, logic, stuff like that. What I feel like I know, you know what I'm saying? I know I just said feel, but I know the stuff that I'm doing. Now, when someone starts their conversations all the time with, well, I feel, or someone's asking a woman, how do you feel about that? We don't care what she feels about it, man, because what she feels about your question right now is not how she's going to feel about your question a couple hours from now. Ask her, what does she know about that? Like, what do you know about this? All these people ask the same because they're just regurgitating stuff they've seen someone else ask. No one's bringing nothing new to the table. Ask them, what do they know? Not what do they think? What do they feel? That doesn't matter. Once you structure it like that, then you leave it open to her saying whatever in the moment that she thinks or feels. I want to know what you know. What has stood the test of time? What do you know? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no goofy ass, I think I feel. Oh, man. You might feel like you got to pee right now. You might think you have to fart. I don't give a damn. Like, what do you know about what I'm speaking to you about? And y'all let these women just, man, they be on these panels just rattling off, man. And then they don't get checked. You're not framing the questions properly. You're not thinking. I would frame a question to where she has no way to escape it. You know, when you're thinking about what kind of question you're going to ask these women, understand that they don't specialize in answering questions directly. They specialize in indirectly getting out of anything that's asked to them. They're not trying to answer anything. It's going to be a bunch of babbling circle talk, regurgitated buzzword nonsense. It's like you start asking them deeper questions, it falls apart. They might start crying. They might, because their brains are malfunctioning. Oh shit! You ain't thought about it to that level. You think you're smart because you're able to retain knowledge, information that you've seen online. Nothing special about that. All of everybody's doing that right now. Hence the reason why we have a problem where everyone's regurgitating this, because everyone's teaching themselves by monitoring and studying people. They're not really putting any effort into coming up with something new, putting studies into something specific. They just think that they're special by mimicking what they see someone else do and say. Everyone's doing it. Not that special anymore when everyone's doing it, right? And I'm a master at observing patterns. So when I'm seeing you idiots regurgitating stuff, because it's a regurgitation when you got to speed through it. You got a train of thought and you don't want to lose your train of thought because you know you're going to forget whatever it was that you heard. So you speed through it. When someone's speaking methodically and slow and taking pauses, they've thought about it. This is their real thinking. That's why a lot of these dudes in these podcasts, they're not speeding through stuff. There are some alpha dudes that used car salesmen. You know they don't know shit. They're regurgitating stuff that they've observed and took notes on. But a thinker, there's no need to speed through nothing. I got plenty of thought. I got plenty of time, and I'll pick up where I left off if I lose my train of thought. I've thought about it too much outside of this. Okay. So when y'all get online and you females are rattling off a bunch of words and you're looking this way and that way, all that movement of your eyes, that's you trying to remember what it was that you heard, not you trying to think of something to say. You know, you got to like study this kind of stuff with eye contact, people like shifting out. You got to know when you just got to pick up on human behavioral patterns. And I keep just seeing women regurgitating stuff, looking around, trying to remember what they heard while they're regurgitating it. And the reason why they don't stop talking and talk over people, they have to get that train of thought out. If they pause to answer, they're going to forget what they remember that person saying. So they just rattle it all off. And then they're like, y'all are low IQ, low lives. I used to work for the White House. I'm militarily trained. Y'all are just too slow to be out here doing what you're doing. And I'm going to keep observing you and giving these guys the information so they can take it upon their channels and do what they need to do with it. And we can keep checking your ass and checking your ass. And I'm hoping to start seeing on panels where people tell you to slow down. No one's going to break up your train of thought. Slow down. Okay? Say whatever you have to say, and then I'm going to say what I have to say. Now, remember, stand on your word. I'm not going to let you move the goalpost. Once I say something, it's not, oh, no, I didn't mean that. No. Make sure you think it through and say exactly what you want to say, because when I get a hold to you and you start trying to move the goalpost, no, I meant this. Well, I meant that word in this way. No, we're talking about that word in the definition, you know what I'm saying, that comes with it. You know, not what you interpret it as. We're not doing that. I would just rip all this goofy, I think and I feel panel conversations apart. Because what happens is you're giving women a place to go to have therapy. They're able to get their frustrations out about the men that they have problems with on these panels. You see them going off all the time. Lapeef, them chicks on there, I don't even put them on my channel no more. They just be going off, man. They just be going off, interrupting people. They're getting therapy, therapeutic little micro sessions of dopamine. They're getting whatever they need in that moment. They get off those panels, they feel good. Now, if they had a man and they had to temper themselves, calm themselves, work on a relationship, they wouldn't be on those panels flipping out like that. But when a woman doesn't have a man to bounce her crazy off of, which is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And he kind of like, buffer it, then we got to see the crazy online. And the craziest part about it is, bro, they really think they talking cash money shit. They really think they're saying something. You've managed to memorize some propaganda and regurgitate it, and now we're supposed to give you a cookie. Y'all sound stupid as hell. And every time y'all get online, speed talking. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. It's not a sign of intelligence to just be able to say a bunch of words, you know what I'm saying, in a string of thought. That's not a sign of intelligence. To be able to say a bunch of words, you know what I'm saying, without slowing, that's not a sign of why do y'all keep thinking that? The slower you can speak and get your point across, wouldn't that be more of a sign of intelligence of someone that has thought things through and can think on their feet, instead of someone that's just and don't know when to interrupt them? And if the person does interrupt them, they can't remember what they want to. Man, stop it, bro. Stop it, man.
Anything we don't like, we just reject that and say, well, I don't believe that. That don't mean that it's not the truth. It just makes you a disbeliever. One of the most difficult things that I deal with out here is trying to teach our people the difference between an actual fact and an opinion. Our people think that they can accept or reject truth based on how they feel about it. Your feelings don't change the truth.
I always know that I'm cooking because YouTube will drop all. It'll go from saying like 7 people in here to 0. I already know I'm going to end up, getting this live stream. It's going to probably say limited ad sensitive every time I start saying something. It is what it is, man. I'm back on TikTok, you guys. So over there, I can say stuff without it getting flagged or whatever. But we'll work on it over here. But I got to get the truth out. But yeah, man, that's really what's going on with it. I'm going to have to clip that out, man, because I was going in. I was letting it. That's the truth of it. That's really what they're doing out here. That's how they move. And you guys got to stop letting them. Okay, your weapons is your physical force. A woman's weapon is her feminine nature would be something softer, like words. Like words. Okay, so a guy's greatest weakness when it comes to other dudes is like, somebody being stronger than you. A woman's greatest weakness is words being said, because they're good at words. So a dude that can spit game is going to get it's words. So she's going to use words and social norms and trending topics that are biased in her favor to subdue you into whatever she wants you to do, using what the public opinion is that's popular against you. Well, everybody else, who cares what everybody else is saying? Who is everybody else more specifically? They do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, when I have a hater in my comment section, it's a dude, and he starts saying, hey, dude, your videos are woo, 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 woo. But I'm like, all right, everything you said about it being nice, but negates that. Everybody thinks that you need to talk less and play the clips more. And, you need to, who is everybody? I don't care who everybody is, and I don't know who you are. He must be raised by a single mother. That's a very feminine thing to do, to try to use, like everyone else to make me feel pressure into doing whatever he's suggesting, right? That's what women do. So I let him know you're moving in feminine energy and you're not a woman. I'm not listening to nothing you got to say, bitch ass nigga. And I said it probably nicer. Now I probably said it just like that or whatever, because I feel like I do need to check any young buck that's moving in his single mother's energy. Like, don't be a young man thinking that your opinion matters. Don't be a young man letting what another man's opinion bother you. If he is saying something that you don't like, you're a man. You don't sit around and listen and watch it and get triggered. You're a grown ass man. Find something else to do. that is womanly, that is feminine, to sit there and watch something that you don't like, that don't make any sense. What productivity are you getting out of that? So anytime I see a male in my comments saying like, bro, you're spending too much time worrying about what I think about something. I didn't ask you to put me on a pedestal or this throne that you got going on. Go find something else to do. I don't give y'all no time in my comment section. You ain't got no business arguing. Well, I look like arguing with another man. What I look like arguing, I don't like dudes. I ain't got, you can think whatever you want about me. What is what you think about me got anything to do? How's it my business? You can think whatever you want. How you think and feel and your perspective of me is none of my business. And I'm not going to let you make it my business. You're a grown ass man. In the back of your mind, you see every man as competition anyway. And the more problem you have with another man means the more you see him as competition. I don't care how you articulate it. I'm a man too. I know what you're doing. You're just too cowardly to come out and say, hey, I got a problem with you. And you know what I mean? I feel like no, you're going to try to articulate it with some kind of criticism, some kind of critique that I didn't ask for. And if your daddy taught you right, you would know I'm not going to listen to it. Okay? That's how I know your daddy wasn't around. My dad don't go around projecting his opinion on people. I'm his son, and my dad don't give me his opinion unless I ask for it. He got other things to do. He ain't gonna tell nobody something they ain't gonna listen. So I don't know why y'all go in my comment section running your mouth, but again, you're emotional and maybe you trigger other zennials. I'm a millennial, okay? OG millennial. I ain't worried about what you got to say. You know what I mean? And, you know, moving like this, man, it really causes for people to really get triggered about everything that you say. You have men and women online that just cannot handle their emotional triggers. Women watching dudes they find attractive and then feeling like they need to do something about it. They are content creators, so they'll go and make some goofy content, man. And I'm trying to stay away from reacting to females that pop up in my feed, but I don't even, maybe because I watch Lapeef sometimes, maybe that's why this chick called Courtney Michelle pops up in my feed. I've never watched a single one of her freaking videos. I didn't even know she had a solo channel. Now I got this chick popping up my feed talking junk about dudes, and she's obviously single with no man. So, you know, this echo chamber they make where they just sit here and hate watch men online all day long is their new entertainment and their addiction and their dopamine fix. And then if you let these women who just fixate on obsessing over watching men that they want to hate watch, then you're just as crazy as they are. You act like where these women come from makes sense. Like they're not in the best privileged position that women have been in decades. And still they're the most depressed, on medication, you know, all over the internet going crazy with their emotions because there is no man to bring stability into that house, to ground them. And society and social media allows them to just be in their imagination. And there's women allowed to get on mainstream media, talk about tarot cards, astrological signs, and your birthday and how it dictates this and that, and how they can tell what a man is based off his birthday. And same women can't stop themselves from getting pregnant by a bomb ass Pookie, but they can read where the moon's at and your fifth house placement. And man, shut up. You're allowed to be in la la cuckoo land all day, every day. And when a couple of guys get online and bring you back and be like, hey, come on back to reality. Come on. You get mad at us. You want to stay in la la land all day long. You sit around, to all y'all, including that Courtney Michelle, you sit around and you study dudes all day. You watch them, you study them, you hate watch them. Where has it gotten you? Outside of some views online, which really by you being a woman, all you got to do is just show a little bit of cleavage, put on some makeup, and you can talk about anything online. You ain't got to talk about, you can talk about anything online. It's going to hit the algorithm. You're going to pop off, right? But it wouldn't be therapy then. You wouldn't feel better after you know what I'm saying, got offline. You'd be giving a service to people without getting something in return. No, you want to vent online. You want to watch something that triggers you, and in that emotional moment, jump online and then just get it off your chest. All you do it. That's why there's so much passion whenever you're online talking about your stupid ass shit right out the gate, because you're mad in the moment because you done listen to or watch something of a man that you find attractive say something you don't want to hear. that hit close to home, and now you're online talking about men ain't this, men ain't that. You're not talking about males ain't this and good men are that. No, it's men ain't this, black men ain't that. Black men keep bashing black women. Black men are not out here bashing black women. We are out here calling out leftover Jezebel females. If whatever I'm saying triggers you, you are a female. You get what you deserve. If you're a woman or a lady, you're not going to let me trigger you. You know I don't know you. You know what I'm saying to you is nothing, has nothing to do with your direct life and what you're doing in your life. But when you're a piece of shit and you sit on the internet all day long and you scroll through and you're obsessed with it and you're obsessed with your image online, it will trigger you what a man says that you have never met. Low IQ, broken, traumatized, trash. So you can get and you get online, put all the makeup you want on, get on there and fake that smile with your dead eyes, see right through that shit. And that's why you don't have a man. Get online and call me sassy, you know, call me the group that you like to align yourself with whenever you need help, but then use that group as a derogatory term against the men that you find attractive whenever you see fit. Whatever you need, I can read you for filth. I don't care what you say. I can see right through it. I don't care what you say. Broken as hell. Care what you articulate. The best thing for you to do is shut your fucking mouth. Handle your business and stop getting online thinking that you're saying something when all you're doing is showing us exactly what traumatized you and what you have not healed from. Thinking you saying something. Hey, you saying so much. Has it gotten you what you want? Hey, we'll wait. Has it gotten you what you want? You ain't got shit. And you get to run around here with your broken selves without healing and fixing it and project your brokenness on everybody and say it's everybody else's fault. Get the hell out of here. You get what you deserve. That's why you don't have any men. That's what it is. Anyway, we'll go ahead and end this on that and chop this up and post this all over. I will be going live from my truck. I'm back on day shift to wreak havoc. Well, actually, I'm up at night and during the day. I got a great sleep schedule, man. So I'm going to be dropping videos all day long. Just tired of seeing a bunch of broken women and or bored married women projecting their opinions from their observations all over the internet from their jaded perspective. I'm tired of it. Now, you see how I was able to get that thought out that I'm thinking of while I'm saying it instead of brrr. That's not I'm not spitting out a string of thought. That's low IQ. Understand that. To have to speed through your words like a used car salesman, right? Remember, speeding through words is normally like, you know, related to an ambulance chasing lawyer or a used car salesman. Do you want to be compared to those? So why are you speeding through your words, male or female? Speeding through your words like you think you're saying something online. Slow down, dummy. Slow down. Shit. Anyway, I'm up out of here. Checking these fools left and right, man.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.